Welcome to Jesus Bible Study. We're going to be in the book of Hosea, chapter 10, verses 13 through 15. You have plowed wickedness, you have reaped iniquity, you have eaten the fruit of lies, because thou didst trust in the way and the multitude of thy mighty men. Therefore shall a tumult arise among thy people, and thy fortress shall be spoiled as Shalman spoiled Beth Arbel. Sorry if I messed up that word, but Beth Arbel in the day of battle. The mother was dashed in pieces upon her children. So shall Bethel do unto you because of your great wickedness. In a morning shall the king of Israel utterly be cut off. Greed, selfishness. We reap what we sow. The golden rule: do unto others as they would have them do to you. You get what you put into this world will come back to you. If you help those, God will help you in your time of need. If you refuse to help and if you do wicked unto other people, that wickedness will find you. In fact, God's very word says that if you refuse to help those, when you are in need, I will refuse to help you. Now, those wasn't exact words, and I forget what verse that is, but it's in the Bible. Violence, deception will only yield pain and destruction. Wickedness cannot produce goodness. You cannot be wicked. You cannot be evil and expect sunshine and rainbows to be around you all the time. You can expect chaos. Suffering, pain. No matter who you are, where you live, what status you have, what title you give yourself, none of us is hidden from God. He sees and hears every single thing that we say, that we do, that we think. He not only sees it, but he knows what is in our heart. He knows our very thoughts. Now, I know that sometimes we look at all the wickedness and the evilness people of the world and how they're thriving and wonder, why are they not being punished yet? Where is their so-called karma? And it stirs up emotions in us, and we get caught up in that feeling. And that's almost the enemy's plan, to get you to think in this mindset of, I'd rather go act like that and receive all this because nothing's happening to them. But those who belong to God, take it joy when you get convicted, when you get corrected. Because it means that he loves you. For a parent corrects his child so that he can grow up in the way that he's supposed to be. And those people, their day is coming, where they receive judgment real fast throughout the life here on earth, but Judgment Day is coming. And the hell that they are going to face for all of eternity is forever and ever 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 and ever. This is the only heaven that they will see, experience. For God is a just God. Everything is equal. He is righteous and He is holy and He is just. And we got to remember that when we're going through and we're seeing evil and the wicked thrive, we got to remember this is our hell. Okay? And we'd rather live in this hell than the hell that they are going to face. So you shouldn't feel green or envy at the lifestyle. You should feel pain and sorrow. You should have compassion. You should start praying for them, that they change their ways, because you know where they're headed. You know where their eternity is going to be. God wants no one to go to hell because of the pure evilness, pain, suffering, torment. You can hear stories of people that said they have gone to hell and come back, and you can watch these movies that try to give you a visual of what hell will be like, whether, just be a horror movie or somebody trying to speak biblically. It's not going to do justice to the actual pain and torture that these people are going to face. God will correct those who belong to Him, so we can change our ways, so we cannot be of this world, so we can be like Christ, follow in His footsteps. The enemy, however, will remain in this evil empire and all its evilness, and God will not care to correct them. He's going to let them be, because He knows the ending. And as His children, because we have read, we have studied His word, we also too know their ending. When it comes to the enemy so-called thriving, we know it's not thriving. Their day is coming. When God says pray for your enemy, this is exactly what He means. When you see them, we see all these celebrities being all demonic and witchcrafty and just going straight to hell in a handbasket real fast. We should not laugh, we should not boast, and we should not envy at all these people getting rich quick because they're so-called selling their soul. Hold on, you cannot sell your soul. I know that they keep saying that these people sell, but you cannot sell what doesn't belong to you. That is the trick and the lie of the enemy itself, tricking them that their soul now belongs to them when it does not. The devil is a liar. The enemy is the king of all liars. And so these people feel like they're trapped and there's nothing they can do, and you can tell when they talk about it, it's like, what am I supposed to do? I already sold my soul. They think that they are too far gone. They think they are too lost to be saved. And so they won't think any other way. But as His children, when we see that, we should be praying for them, that their eyes be opened, to the truth, that nobody's too far gone. Hosea was a perfect example of, his whole life was an example, because God told him to marry a prostitute, someone who was constantly committing idolatry. And he was to go get her and to save her back. Brought her back from slavery, because while she was out there, she was being sold as a slave, and he had to buy her back. It's same with these people that is too far gone, so they think, because they sold their soul to the devil. They can be brought back. Their soul was never theirs to give. We should have compassion, for God has compassion upon us. You see those people out there sex trafficking people and sell them, and you want to show hatred towards them, like, oh, they get what they deserve, because how sick are they that they've done these to kids and stuff like that. And that's the wrong attitude. That's not the characteristics of Jesus. You should have compassion upon them and pray that they change their ways, that they see the light, or pray them into the hands of the enemy so far that they hit to the rock bottom, to where all they have left is to call out to Christ, because they can't take their own evilness. That they seek God to come out of this pit that they have dug themselves into. Because we should wish for none to perish, because God said he wishes for none to perish. God had compassion on us. We're evil too. We are not better than them. It says over and over again in this good book that none of us is good. No, not one. We are all sinners. We all have evilness. We are all of flesh, and our flesh is what? Evil. And no one is better than the other. A sin is a sin. God says when he looks at sin, all he sees is sin. He doesn't see that one is worse than the other. What he sees is that you are sinning, and you are a sinner. And so he forgives you. So we need to take that judgment that we keep placing on a category of worst to the most evilest, and realize that we are all sinners, and God had compassion on us. So we need to have compassion on them and pray for them. If you don't think that they would come to Christ just for the praying of the goodness, then pray them into the hands of the enemy, to where they would be at the most pit of the hell, the most rottest bottoms, to where they see no other way out but that they cry out to God himself. Because some people's not going to hear. You can plant seeds all you want to. Some people, with their personality and their stubbornness and so mindset set in the ways, that it's not for us to go and plant seeds there. That God himself has his own plan, his own perfect timing, to where they're going to hit their own personal rock bottom, to where they're going to see no way out but to call out to him, because they have no other choice. And it takes that harshness for some people to realize and to come to Christ. So if you're ever coming across somebody in your life and you think that you're trying to plant seeds and trying to change their ways, whether they be, gay or satanic and, into witchcraft, if they're not going to receive it, then leave it alone. Don't keep bothering them. Step back and instead pray for them. Just let it alone. Let God handle it. But continue to keep praying for them. You don't have to be up in their face every single day and doing this and that. You can step back, step away, and say, God, I place them into your hands. And if God, if they're just not going to be open-minded and receive you, then I pray them into the hands of the enemy to where they have no choice but to call out your name. Some people, that's the only way that they're ever going to see out of this evil world and out of this evilness and darkness, is for the evil and darkness to overtake them, to where they have no choice but to cry out, God, save me. If you are there, if you are real, hear me and save me, because I have absolutely nothing left.